Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. Something really interesting to share with you guys today. We're going to take a look at a knife called the Kaizen split blade. And this is a special project between custom knife maker Mike Nguyen and a business owner, a jewelry store owner, Matthew Patton, as well as Riot Knives. So what makes this knife so interesting is that it is an exercise in engineering and modularity within the production knife sector. So the most interesting piece here is you can see these three screws are in fact holding the sharpened edge or bottom portion of the blade in place here. So I want to limit the video to 15 minutes. I do want to show you guys a blade swap. If I run out of time, I might have to do a part 2 specific for the blade swap. So just be on the lookout for that at the end of the video or another video. Now, pre-orders are supposed to go live on this tomorrow, February 9th, 2017. And they have promised a 5-month window from pre-order to delivery, hopefully sooner but no later. So that is what you're looking at if you want to, find out more about this knife. I'll put the link down in the description box below, of course. So, Mike Nguyen is a mechanical engineer by day and a custom knife maker at night. He did all the design work, the research, the coordination with Riot Knives. He's definitely the design and the mechanics behind it. Whereas Matt, who he runs a successful business, he's handling the logistics, fulfillment, the orders, kind of all the business side of it, so that Mike can focus on his other, numerous ventures that he does, work, family, custom knife making, as well as the design of this project. So that's how it's working from kind of a background standpoint. I've known Mike for a number of years now, and stand-up guy. His reputation, I think, is beyond reproach. So if you guys are interested, I really wouldn't have any worry about, getting screwed from an ordering standpoint or having them take your money and then disappear. There are really no concerns like that with this project. So, all right, back to the project. So Mike, he's only been a custom knife maker for 3 years, but in that 3-year period, he has developed quite a following. His wait list is currently 20 years. Which is insane that someone would jump on the back of a 5 or 10 or 15-year wait list, but people wanted to. And his entry level, or his entry price for his knives, is in the several thousands of dollars. So he does do similar custom builds that are quite impressive, quite expensive. And so this is, again, a more attainable, still relatively expensive production knife standpoint here. So let's get into the specs, overall impressions. Then I want to share with you guys as much detail as I can. And he sent me two ones, or essentially two blades here to take a look at. This one is a recurve, but here is how it fits into the bottom of the spine of the blade there. And it's adhered with the 3 Torx screws. So, all right, move that out of the way. And for this particular setup here, we're looking at a blade length of 3.75 inches, handle length of 5 inches. It has a handle thickness of 0.63 inches, a blade thickness of 0.23 inches. It does weigh in a hefty 6.8 ounces. Blade steel is CPM 154. And a couple changes that are not on this prototype but will be on the production runs are, it will have a stainless steel lock insert, and the pocket clip will be the same, except it won't have a ceramic detent ball or ceramic ball. It'll have just a stainless steel ball, a titanium ball, so it'll just be milled into the pocket clip itself. But functionally it should be exactly the same. Alright, the scales are not hollowed out. They're full titanium slabs, and that was done to make sure that the balance was correct on the knife here, which also adds obviously to the 6.8 ounce weight. So yeah, action, fantastic for such a large heavy blade. D10 is dialed, and then the weight on the blade, I mean, you can see that thing drop. It is scary and very smooth. And some of you guys might like that, some of you guys might not, but it's, Riot does an excellent job with fit and finish. So, overall impressions. Whew. I think that the actual practicality of a modular blade will be debatable. On the forums, in the comments section here, some of you guys will think it's a wonderful idea, some of you guys may not. But I think the concept is cool. I think the fit and finish is exceptional. And I think if someone was going to crush it from a production standpoint, Riot was definitely the right company to go with. And while people have different ideas of what constitutes innovative, in my mind, this project, this concept, and this knife fits the bill. And the reason for that is that what the goal was is to create a modular system. So this is the first of potentially many different variations of the knife with interchangeable, blade inserts, different handles that'll interchange, potentially different spines that'll interchange, pocket clips. He plans on giving different blanks to, custom grinders or custom modders for them to do, special grinds to offer to their customers. Obviously, you can anodize the handles, some of the basic stuff. I mean, essentially, it's a modular knife system, and I think it's really cool. And the reason for it is that apparently a friend of Mike's had a custom RJ Martin that he has had for over 8 years, and the knife has been sharpened so many times that it's actually changed the blade profile. And, an RJ Martin is not a knife that you can just go out and get replaced. And so Mike wanted to create a system that, if your blade is sharpened, beyond repair and you need a new blade, then you can swap out, the actual sharpened portion or the bottom half of the blade. Or if you want a different blade grind, or if you chip or break off the tip, it lets you take a knife that you love and, replace, repair, customize, make special, all of those things. So that was kind of the concept behind it. And I think that after this knife, we'll see other companies attempt to do essentially modular knives as well. If we take a look at the firearm industry, the guns, handguns, pistols especially, have been moving towards a more modular system as of late. We know that the Army just picked up the SIG P230, 320, one of those, and the reason they did so is because it was a modular system. We've seen a similar concept within balisong or butterfly knives before, where you can swap out a trainer or unsharpened blade for a sharpened blade in a quick and easy format. But I think this is the first time that we're seeing it executed in a folding knife. I could be wrong, perhaps there's a one-off, but not done in a larger production scale that I'm aware of. So if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. I'm sure that everyone watching would love to know a little bit more if there was something before this one. But again, I think we'll see more companies attempt to create modular platforms going forward. I think that there's potentially a lot of demand and interest in that concept. So, all right. Let's see here. So this one obviously has this is a custom grind that he did on this one here. The spine was done at the factory by Riot. Again, I already showed you guys the action. From an ergonomic standpoint, even though it's 0.63 inches, it is slightly contoured. It's very comfortable in the hand, and honestly, it carries fairly well in the pocket. Pocket of jeans. If you have slacks or something, this is not the knife for you unless you've somehow reinforced your pocket. But I carried this one the last 2 days to get a feel for it, and didn't really notice anything as far as carry in my pocket that I thought was of a detriment to the knife. The the way that it interacts or engages the spine here creates a really interesting pattern with the cutouts and so forth. I know some of you guys have talked about their lint or other things getting caught up in there, but honestly I don't foresee that being a problem. I took it through a couple cardboard boxes before this video, and obviously it didn't perform like a full flat ground knife, but I didn't find the cardboard catching anywhere on the spine of the knife here. So this one's done with a hollow with a flat ground tip, kind of a modified Tonto. This one here is obviously a recurve. And, you know, this one he did by hand. He didn't have quite the right size grinding wheel for the grind on this one, so he wasn't terribly happy with the, you know, the length of the edge there, but he got a new wheel since this one. And this is just, you know, for the prototype essentially. So anyhow, there should be quite a few different, you know, custom grinds that he's going to offer to customers, different ones from the factory. But yeah, handles, slight mill pattern. We've seen this on other builds from Riot. Flipper tab is wide and comfortable, no jimping, but you know, due to the size of it, the amount of surface area, I don't find myself slipping on it at all. Lockup is rock solid. Engagement, again on this prototype, is I don't know, 30%. Nice wide chamfers in here that makes disengagement easy. 2 standoffs at the back. Lanyard hole. No worries about touching the tip there. So, yeah. All right. What else? We've talked about the custom things. You know, I just think it's an interesting concept. I think it's an interesting project. I showed a friend this. He was on the fence about pre-ordering after handling it. He definitely wanted to pre-order. I'm trying to be more financially responsible this year, so we'll see if I do get one, but I really do like it. It's grown on me tremendously. Again, the size, the weight is definitely not for everyone, and perhaps there's some argument as far as the utility goes, but it is really well executed, and I like the attempted innovation here. I think it's, I don't know, it's just interesting, it's neat. It's already garnered quite a few comments, both positive and negative, on my Instagram. So, yeah, I think it's going to get a lot of attention, and the pre-orders are essentially filled. They had 75 slots that already filled up, and I'm not sure how many more they're doing for the first run, but again, subsequent runs we should see some different options coming out. So let's go ahead and, while we have a few minutes, swap out the blade if we can. This is a T6 Torx screws. Go. So that's what we've got going on right there. And what Mike was telling me was that the way that it's been engineered, and again, he is an engineer, there won't be actually any pressure on the screws themselves. The blade stock here will take all of the force, so you don't lose any structural integrity with the way that this blade is essentially created here. So let's put the other one on real quick. Hopefully I can avoid cutting myself on camera. Okay. Alright, not too bad. And there we go with the recurve blade here. So, looks pretty nice actually. I should have swapped this the other day. Anyhow, completely rock solid, no movement whatsoever. But, yep. Alright guys, so if you want more information, just check out the link below. Overall, again, I'm really impressed. I think it's an amazing exercise in engineering design from Mike and Riot, and you know, he's tested out, he's run the simulations. There's definitely the design from a structural and engineering standpoint behind everything else. So really hope you guys enjoyed taking a look. Again, I'll put all the pertinent links in the description box below. Thanks for watching. Take care.